Training is fun, everyone likes to do it. Training with Javed and Robin.
Come on. That didn't go very well. Hey guys, I'm Robin. I'm an average climber from Sweden, stuck in a cold Tasmania at the moment, which is pretty bad because Sweden is actually getting warmer and Tasmania is getting colder, and I do love warm things. I've been away for a year or something from YouTube, probably more than a year, which sucks because I thought we had like a good thing going here, and why did you leave me? Or maybe it was the opposite. And around 4 months ago, I finally came down to Australia. But because I hadn't climbed so much, it's been so slow getting back. I mean, both mentally and physically to where I was before. But being in this newbie state again, this super duper idea came to me like falling from the sky. Like falling from the sky. Ow! Why didn't I just use a towel? I should make videos about this, like how to become average at climbing. Now, many of you may be thinking, I want to be the best climber in the world, you dig? I guess people don't say those things, but I'm just gonna put my shirt on again, I'm sorry. To be honest, becoming average or slightly above average is what most of us regular 9 to 5 people will ever get, and accepting that early on will help you so much in your mental approach to climbing. I read some books and some articles about what the elites do for training. I tried converting the elite stuff to an average training plan. Yay! And having this plan as a base, I will try updating you on the progress of my training plan. But anyway, these are my 9 steps to create a personalized training plan for yourself, and it's gonna suit you better if you're average. If you're below average, because you want to get average. Step 1. Find your weakness. This is important. The best way to progress is to find your weakness and focus on them first. By doing this, you quickly open yourself to new possibilities within climbing. On top of this, it's really good to assess both your strengths and weaknesses in general, because knowing what you're capable of is a really good building block to build off of when you're on sighting or when you're just climbing in general. My biggest weakness is my mental game, and this leaves me unable to push myself to my actual limits when it comes to strength and skill. So I personally need to start paying attention to my mind, to my fear, and how I can handle it better, much like they did when we were in Thailand, and which you continue doing. I should have followed in her footsteps when I had the chance. Second thing, set up an epic goal. It's a super good way to stay psyched, but also a really good anchor point for your training schedule. For example, my personal goal by the end of this training schedule is to climb the totem pole here in Tasmania. It's an epic, crimpy arête thing, just so I know for certain that I need to climb more arêtes. Haven't been doing that at all. But most importantly, I need to get more comfortable on the rock. I need to learn how to loosen my grip, how to breathe better, and how to just stay focused on the climbing instead of everything else. So I set my personal training schedule to focus on these things. And the goal can be anything, that you're preparing for a general climbing trip in the future, or a boulder competition, or this magical grade that you want to climb at your local gym. And number 3 is the 4-3-2 the 4-3-2-1 method. So this is taken from Hörst's book Training for Climbing. But what it basically means is that you have 4 weeks of training, technique and skill. Then you have 3 weeks of power. And then you have 2 weeks of endurance and 1 week's rest. And then you repeat that. And what you should do during each specific week should be up to you personally. And you just base this from your weaknesses and your goals. Now, I'm not going to go into any specific climbing exercises in this video. I'll probably leave that for future videos, or else this one would be so long. But this is the fun part, so be creative here. There are a lot of exercises out there, just a Google or a YouTube away. So just remember 2 important things when you're looking for exercises out there. First is base them on your weaknesses, and the second is make sure they're climbing specific. That means don't think lifting weights or slacklining will specifically make you better at climbing. Climbing is what makes you better at climbing. So make sure that the training that you do mimics movements that you would do on the rock. So if it's strength you're after, do some campus moves or do some finger hangs. And if it's balance, just go do some slabby technical climb at the gym. Number 4, tailor the schedule to your life. The biggest problem for us average people is that we can't climb 24 hours a day, however much we want to. So don't take on someone else's schedule. Rather, just make it your own so you're 100% sure that you can stick with it. Create a macrocycle. Macrocycles are the best. When I found out this was a thing, I was so stoked. I probably have some OCD for saying this, but having things structured in this kind of way leaves me with a left-brained orgasm. Yay! Basically, it's a way to input the days that you want to climb and do training and get a clear overview of your whole schedule. Usually people do this for a year total. Mine that I've created here for you is only 6 months. That's because in 6 months I'll probably go back to Sweden. And since my goal is to climb something here in Tasmania, I'm pretty sure I can't climb it while being in Sweden. Anyway, I'll link my own macrocycle below so that you can see how it looks, but make sure that you tailor it to yourself. True. Number 6, listen to your own body. If you go on to YouTube and you search for any climbing specific exercise like campus boarding or finger hangs, I'm pretty sure that the first thing that would pop up is probably this Norwegian super strong climber, aka Magnus, who do these pinky pull-ups or one arm muscle ups and this is probably not how you want to train. So tailor the exercises that you see to your level. And there are many great exercises out there. YouTube is a really good way of finding them, but I'll try to upload videos in the future for you to see my specific workouts as well and how I progress into them. Number 7, climb, climb, climb. Training does not mean that you can't climb as well. Yay! Create time in your schedule for full days off climbing on top of your training schedule. Because this is where you get to shine and actually see how your training is panning out as well. And if you haven't been training a lot before, you will see really fast gains in climbing just by doing a couple of weeks of really intense training. And as you've probably heard many times before, the best way to get better at climbing is to climb, especially if you're average or below average, period. Number 8, rest, rest, rest. You'd rather rest for 1 extra day than to burn yourself out and destroy your whole schedule. Your muscles need to recover, and you're the only one who's going to give them time to. Because if you don't fully recover, you'll end up making more damage than actual progression, and you don't want to do that. And number 9, the most important one, don't forget to have fun. Yeah! It may sound silly and it may sound obvious, but it's so easy to get stuck in this training schedule and you end up just losing all the fun of it. And training is probably not for everyone. It certainly is for me, but probably not for everyone. So remember to always have fun. Okay, so that's it. I will share the documents that I've created in the description below so you can overview them. I do hope that they will give you some inspiration to create a schedule for yourself and to start climbing better. And also the books and articles that I've been reading, I'll try to link them all in the description below as well. And don't forget to subscribe to stay updated. The next few weeks are going to be freaking awesome, so stay psyched and I'll see you soon.